Ian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So you're hearing the voice of a fucking Jiu Jitsu killer, a 2-stripe fucking animal. So I did grading today and I managed to fucking pass. I mean, I've never seen anyone fail, but that could have easily happened to me today. So I turned up early today for class, and there was another dude going for his fucking second stripe, and I just grabbed him. I'm like, hey, can we just fucking go through some shit? I can't remember hardly any of it. And I was like, do you remember it? He's like, yeah, I remember it all. And then we get down and start doing the techniques, and the first one, he had no idea. I'm like, I think it's this. So he wasn't that much of a help at the beginning, but then we went through the whole lot, and I just had to brush up on it. I had to know enough to fake my way through it. What a winner. What an absolute winner. That's the same as forklift license. I just have to fucking manipulate the circumstances. Instead of taking my time and fucking learning the techniques that I actually want to learn, that I actually fucking need to learn to start doing this shit correctly, instead of learning them, I'm like, I'll take advantage of the situation to fucking cover for my lack of everything. Commitment, intelligence, knowledge, discipline, fucking all of it. But I've been here a million times before. This isn't my first fucking rodeo. I mean, I've passed some shit that I knew less when I passed it than I do now. Like when I did my forklift license, you can manipulate the situation. You can fucking look over someone's shoulder. You can fucking go up to the guy taking the test and just lead him into an answer. Just go, you know, this one. I was thinking it's, I thought it was this, but I think it could be this as well. So, and then they'll just lead you into the answer. And you can do that up to like 6 times. So in a test, there's going to be some real obvious shit, and then you get 6 free answers, and then you can look over someone's shoulder for like another 3 or 4. That's like 80% there. And then there's like 3 or 4 answers that might have stuck in when you were half listening. So you don't really have to fucking study or learn. So that was my plan today. I knew it enough to get by, but I also knew there were 2 things that were going to happen today that were going to like really help me pass. One of them was I work with another guy getting the 2-stripe, and I make him go first on whatever moves we're doing. He goes first, and then I just copy what he does after he does it. So that was the one situation. And the other situation was I work with someone who's a higher rank than me, and they just show me the moves as we're going. Like, I'll get it started, and then I'll be like, so is it left or right? And they're like, left. So the second situation happened. I worked with this guy, this blue belt, and I've done a fair bit of sparring with him and shit like that. So we get down, and the coach starts yelling out the moves. I get them started. Let's say the first 4, the blue belt guy I was working with was basically telling me exactly what to do. He's like, no, hands on my stomach. All right, yeah, now post. I'm like, with my left or my right? Post with your right. And I'm like, all right. So the start was rough. So I'm working with this blue belt guy, and there's a purple belt watching us. And he's the one judging if I know the moves or not. And he's also yelling out to me because I've wrestled with him a few times as well. He's also yelling out to me what to do. I don't know what I was stressed about. I could have just rocked up and done nothing. But it's still fucking embarrassing not knowing the moves. Even the blue belt, he was like rolling his eyes a little bit. He was like, come on, Dave. Come on. I'm like, come on what? I'm doing it. I just like the wrestling. That's all I like. I'm like fucking in high school. I'm like the kid who only likes lunchtime. I hate all the other shit. I just love playing at lunchtime. That's the only reason I'm coming to school, is for that hour at lunchtime. That's what I am. I'm a delinquent the rest of the time. But when it comes to lunchtime, I fucking kill it. So after the Rocky started, got into the section where I sort of knew what was going on. And then I did all that like pretty well. I wanted to make up for the earlier shit. I wanted to show the blue belts and the purple belts that I knew the hardest stuff. So it wasn't too embarrassing. So I got through all that. I got through the last few moves, and it was fucked because he wasn't just going through the list. He was like calling out, I want to see 3 submissions from guard. I want to see 3 sweeps from mount. I want to see 2 escapes from mount. That sort of shit. And you're like, what? What? Huh? So is it like, is a sweep like, just give us a little hint of what a sweep is? Like a scissor sweep. I'm like, yeah, scissor sweep. So where do your legs, like your leg, I know one of your legs goes here. Where does it goes on the hip? Okay, yeah. And all right, yeah, cool. All right, yeah. And they've basically done the sweep for me. They might as well have fallen over themselves. Oh, next stripe though. Next stripe, I'm learning every single fucking, whatever they're called, techniques. The third stripe, I'm going to take fucking seriously. Like all the other times I've said I'm going to do that. Just fucking let me go out into the playground at lunchtime and just play. That's what I want to do. Just let me wrestle. Oh, and the fucking, before any of this started, we had to do sprints. I don't know why we're sprinting. Like 30-second sprints up and down, got to touch the ground. And then 30 seconds rest. We had to do it 5 times. Last time we had to do it 8 times, and I came home after that and it felt like my fucking hamstring had been torn off the bone. So this time I'm like, I'm just going to pretend I'm like an old cunt. Not really pretend, but I'm just going to say I'm an old cunt. I don't have to try and keep up with anyone. The last time I was sprinting fucking hard, and I was keeping up with all the young cunts and no one even noticed, and I almost ripped my fucking hamstring off the bone. This time I'm like, I'm just going to be an old cunt. Fuck it. And so I fucking just did the sprints at my own pace. At my own leisurely pace. And my knees are absolutely fucking cooked now. I did try like 92% in the sprints. I wasn't like jogging. On the last one I went fucking hard too. It's the touching the ground thing. I don't need to be fucking trying to touch the ground at full speed anymore. That's insane. It feels like I'm walking bone on both knees now. So when I got my first stripe, there was no new belts. There was no new blue belts. But this time there was a couple of new blue belts. And what they had to do after they did their moves and shit was they had to wrestle for 15 minutes. It's called the Shark Tank. 15 minutes, and it was just fucking fresh cunts just rotating through. I wrestled both of them actually for 3 minutes each during this thing, and they were both fucking gassed. There was an old cunt, like way older than me, and there was his son, a young cunt, way younger than me. And I was like, I'm not going to go hard on these poor cunts. The old dude looked like he was fucking about to die. I was just sort of like lightly rolling with him, and I changed positions and I fucking sat on his stomach for a second, and it looked like I was going to have to do CPR on him. That's what I'm like when some cunt's on me as well. I'm like, no one else makes noises. I make noises. I'm like, fuck. Anyway, I fucking did it. No one's proud of me now, are ya? No one's fucking proud that I got my fucking second stripe. I should have just said it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. It was kind of hard. But anyway, I'm fucking getting closer to that blue belt. I want it by the end of the year. I think there's 3 more gradings before the end of the year, which means if I do all 3, I should be getting my blue belt by the end of the year. 3 stripes, 4 stripes, blue belt. Or it will at least be at the start of next year. If I fucking am in the States and Canada at the end of the year, I might miss the December one. Anyway, if you need any fucking advice on techniques or how to do Jiu Jitsu, I will be starting some private tuitions. DM me for details. Anyway, that'll do for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around, and I'll see you the fuck later.